Do you need $1 million to get an E-2 visa? Surprisingly, no. In fact, many people are shocked to learn that there's no minimum investment amount required by U.S. immigration law. But that doesn't mean every investment will qualify. Every year, entrepreneurs invest tens of thousands of dollars into U.S. businesses, only to discover that they have overlooked one of the key E-2 visa requirements. So what does USCIS and U.S. Consulate actually look for in 2026? How much money is enough? What businesses qualify? And what are the most common mistakes that can lead to a denial? In this video, I'll walk you through the E-2 visa requirements in 2026 and explain what you need to know before investing your money. Hi, I'm Shariq, the South Asian attorney. I'm licensed to practice law in the US, and I help people worldwide with US immigration law. You must be a citizen of a treaty country. Not everyone qualifies for an E-2 visa. The US has treaties with certain countries that allow their citizens to apply for an E-2. The key point is that eligibility is based on your citizenship, not where you currently live. For example, citizens of Pakistan, the UK, Canada, Japan, and many other treaty countries may qualify. However, citizens of countries such as India and China generally do not qualify, unless they hold citizenship from another qualifying treaty country. You must make a substantial investment. How much money do I need to invest? The answer is there's no official minimum. Instead, immigration officers look at whether your investment is substantial in relation to the cost of the business. A smaller business may require a higher percentage investment, while a larger business allows for a lower percentage. Many successful E-2 cases involve investments of $100,000 or more. But then every case is different. The important question is whether the investment is sufficient to successfully operate the business. The investment must be at risk. The money cannot simply just sit in a personal bank account. You must show that the funds have been committed to the business and are subject to gain or loss. This is often referred to as at-risk investment. Immigration officers want to see that you have actually invested or are actively in the process of investing your money. The business must be real and operating. The E-2 visa is intended for active businesses. Simply purchasing underdeveloped land, holding stock investments, or placing money into a passive investment generally will not qualify. The enterprise must be a real operating commercial business that provides goods and services. You must develop and direct the business. Generally, you should own 50% of the business at a minimum, or otherwise have operational control over the business. And it's kind of hard to show that if you don't have 50% ownership. The E-2 business is designed for people who are going to actively manage and direct the enterprise, not passive investors. The business cannot be marginal. A marginal business is one that only generates enough income to support the investor and the family. But the government wants to see that the business has the capacity to create jobs and contribute to the U.S. economy. A strong business plan is often one of the most important pieces of evidence in an E-2 case. One of the most significant advantages of an E-2 visa is that you can bring your spouse and unmarried children under 21 also to the U.S. Spouses are generally authorized to work, and children may attend school in the U.S. The E-2 business can be an excellent option for entrepreneurs and business owners who want to live and work in the U.S. But success often depends on properly documenting the source of funds, the investment itself, and the long-term viability of the business. I'm Shariq, the South Asian attorney. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time.